Cardiac perfusionist. Let's get into it. And you're going to want to stick around till the end. I got a present for you at the end. Welcome back to the New Nurse Guidebook channel. My name is Pierre Lafour, and if you're new to this channel, the purpose of this channel is to help new graduate nurses live healthier, wealthier, more happy and fulfilling lives. Today, we've got a whiteboard episode. Also, keep in mind I speak with a Southern accent, so do not hesitate to put this on 1.5 speed, 1.75, 2.0, whatever it takes to get this information in quickly. So, cardiac perfusionist, what is this? In my opinion now, it's probably one of healthcare's best kept secrets as far as a career field goes. So what is a cardiac perfusionist? Cardiac perfusionist is someone who runs the heart-lung machine during open heart surgery. So when they stop your heart and they're doing valve replacements or bypasses, this machine is taking your blood out, oxygenating it, and returning it to your body, bypassing the heart and oxygenating it, functioning as your heart and lungs. It's called the heart-lung machine. They also set up something called ECMO, extracorporeal oxygen membrane, the highest form of life support. And so normally you're not coming into contact with the patient. You're handing over the cannulas to the surgeon, and then they're oxygenating it. So you're in the operating room working. So now that you know a little bit about what a perfusionist is, let's get into the process of becoming one. According to my most recent research, there are now 19 programs for cardiac perfusion. The length of these programs can vary from 11 to 24 months. It can be anywhere from a certificate to a master's degree. The industry is starting to head towards standardizing across the board masters and getting rid of certificate programs. But a certificate is going to be significant. For example, at the Cleveland Clinic's program or Texas Heart Institute, the window of time for the program is going to be smaller and the cost of tuition is a lot cheaper. And on day 1 or 2, you're starting out in the operating room in these programs. And whereas in a master's prepared program, you get to dive more into the why behind you do things. And with certificate programs, from my understanding, is you get thrown right into it and you're learning on the job as you go. One of the benefits of a master's program is if you ever wanted to teach and be a professor, that would set you up nicely for that. But keep in mind, you're going to be paying more in tuition. Tuition can range anywhere from $18,000 to $80,000, and that's not including cost of living. But compared to other programs like medical school, dental school, anesthesia school, it is significantly cheaper, and the time window is a lot shorter. That's awesome. Let's get into what your wage expectations are. Can go anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000, according to my research. Could be wrong. And the median or mean salary was $164,000. So as far as time investment and things like that, it does seem pretty worthwhile. The tuition is relatively affordable. A lot of people I've met who are perfusionists were typically like the story of, I wanted to go to med school and then I changed my mind and I found perfusion, or I wanted to work in the clinical environment, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I found perfusion and I fell in love with it. I meet a lot of perfusionists who really like their job. There are pros and cons to it. So one of the pros is short education span, relatively affordable tuition, all things considered, with a pretty high wages on the back end. The downsides are, you have to live in an area where you're close to a hospital with an open heart program. Another potential of working in the operating room, depending on how big your perfusion practice is, you may need to be taking call a lot, and that will provide you with more pay, but you won't have necessarily the greatest work-life balance, potentially. A lot of people I meet who are interested in perfusion, me being one of them at one point, nurses who are interested in different surgical specialties like anesthesia, nurse practitioner. If you work in the CVICU, you work with a lot of perfusionists. And so I definitely did a lot of research and spent time shadowing because I was curious about it. And it's a super interesting job. I think as more time goes on, the profession is definitely becoming more and more popular, and it's becoming more and more competitive to get into programs. So now is a good opportunity to apply. The pool of applicants is already starting to increase exponentially, from my understanding. In one of my older videos where I discussed the profession of cardiac perfusionist, one gentleman commented and said that the job's not all roses and it's not all great as it can be. And I wanted him to unpack that more and explain like his grievances with the profession, but he never responded back. In the future, I am hoping to be able to reach out to a perfusionist and maybe interview them and see what the job's like, and maybe share with you what the heart-lung machine looks like and all that cool stuff. So be keeping an eye out for that in the future. But, oh, I remember what I was going to do. My present at the end. So if you look down in the bottom of this video, I have a spreadsheet with all of the different programs that I broke down with the tuition, the time, where the program's located. And if there's information that isn't 100% up to date, please let me know so I can make changes to it. Or if you want to add on to it, and you can request, and if you like, just send me an email to my New Nurse Guidebook email. I'd be more than happy to share that with you if you'd like to help contribute and make it better. Also, if you found this video helpful, please like it and share it with somebody who might get something from it. If there's any content you'd like for me to make in the future or that you're curious about and I can speak to, I'd be more than happy to do it. This is Pierre LaFour signing off with the New Nurse Guidebook. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.